while I was a client in the state of Minnesota at this treatment center called, let me pull it up, Access Healing Center in St. Anthony, Minnesota. Right? Ha. So, okay. The reason why they hired my brother to watch over me and disrespect me, a man who was already suffering drug and alcohol addiction with his fellow classmates, and we were all in the same boat. We were all in the same boat. Right? So my brother, I'm gonna show you guys his face. I'm not even gonna call him a brother, right? I'm gonna call him Ali Samatar. That's his name, right? He got a 7-year sentence for a man who fled police, ran red light, and killed an innocent pedestrian, bro. He killed so he was a drug and alcohol counselor, right? Mistakes happen. But he was a drug and alcohol counselor. And then he was driving with a suspended license. And then on top of that, he was drunk. Okay, so you're not supposed to be on the road. Okay, first off. But you are? Okay, cool. You're drinking, second of all, right? All right, mistakes happen. But the third mistake, I can't look past it. You're a drug and alcohol counselor that graduated from Minneapolis Community and Technical College, got your 2-year degree, and became what? A drug and alcohol counselor. But you just took away someone's daughter, someone's sister. It happens, right? Things like that happen all the time. Can you guys hear me now? I'm on my data. What did y'all miss? Me maqashan. Hadda af Ingiriis ako hadlaa haddana af Soomaaliya ku xijinaya. Isuga. Dado I daawana mi fahante. Ha. Okay. So, hey Hub, I have to block you because we're not about to promote anything without paying nobody. All right. So have a good day. Like I said, right? Here's what happened. So he was employed by Access Healing Center. He killed an innocent girl that was going to the University in Minnesota. And that's somebody's sister. That's somebody's daughter. That could have been a future mother. Could have been a future innovator to change the lives. You know what he graduated? He graduated from Minneapolis Community and Technical College. Got a 2-year counseling degree for drug and alcohol. You know why? Because he has experience. This would have been a counselor. Can you guys hear me? Me, Makshan. Bro, Dado, if anybody is tapping into my ether or tapping into my energy, I block that connection immediately. Look, a fly just came. Like I said, peep game, yeah? Speak the truth or forever hold your peace. So he graduated MCTC as a drug and alcohol counselor. Now, me going to treatment centers for the last couple years, right? Guess what? I realized that having a counselor that actually has experience is the best thing ever. So I commend him for what he did, right? Because I know that even though I cut him off from my life, that he'll be able to help other women, other children, and other men out with their drug and alcohol addiction, right? So I don't have him for that. I commend him for that. Because you don't got to help me out as long as you're helping other people. And I bet he had a lot of clients that he did help, right? But before he became a counselor, before all that, he took me to a place called Twin Cities Recovery Services. And I'm going to pull up a picture, right? Give me 1 second. One second. One second. One second. One second. I'm back. So this was the first treatment center that my brother recommended that I go to, right? Didn't force me, but this is the place that I went to. It was called Twin Cities Health Services in Uptown Minneapolis. Now I was there for the equivalent of just a few weeks because I realized, I'm like, okay, you guys are bringing restaurant food every day. Okay, cool. So I got a meal. The counselor there isn't really teaching me anything. The East African men and women in there, they're just really joking around, you know. We're sober though, but there was no actual recovery. Then this happens. Twin Cities Health Services in Minneapolis files Chapter 11, right? Now, let's not get into the owner and go do research on her Democratic ties, right? Let's just talk about my experience, you know what I mean? So, let me pull up his picture again. He's the one that took me to that treatment center. He's like, bro, I love you, man. You know, I care about your health, you know? I know I did all those things to you when I was a child. This is what Ali's saying, right? But there's this treatment center that I like to, you know what I mean, just recommend, right? Didn't force me, recommend. So I was like, okay, cool. So he was working there. Twin Cities Health Services, he was employed there. I didn't know he was employed there. He was working for a mosque over in North Minneapolis, you know what I mean? So when he was working for a mosque in North Minneapolis, he was living in a sober home right next to the North Minneapolis Library on Girard and like 36 or something like that, right? So he took me to Twin Cities Health Services. And when I went to Twin Cities Health Services, I didn't like the vibe there. I gave it a try, right? I was just sober for like 2 weeks, you know what I mean? I had no urge in my mind to go use, right? But I looked at the foundation at that place. I'm like, yo, there is something going on here. Like I'm looking at the counselor lady and the billing lady, right? And she was a black lady, very intelligent, very wise. But I'm just like, yo, ain't no way you should be having your body done. There's no way you should be having your body done. And the place where you do your body, like your chest and your butt, right, is right next door. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking like this. So you work here just so you can get out of work, right? And go next door and go get your titties and your ass done. Okay, cool. Just saying. That's what I perceived, right? Okay, so I'm sitting there and I'm just looking at Twin Cities Health Services. I'm like, yo, these people that work here are smiling a little too much right now. All they're doing is giving us restaurant food when it's time to eat, a little jokes here and there. There was one counselor there. He was a white man. I forgot his name, but he was one of the best counselors there. And anybody that went to Twin Cities Health Services knows that that was the only counselor that put in his blood, sweat, and tears to actually teach us. Not just me. Not just you, but your sister, your brother, your cousin, your ex-friend, your ex-boyfriend, or your ex-girlfriend. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I commend you. I forgot your name, but I commend you because you done gave me a lot of information on books to read because you knew deep down, or maybe you didn't know, that your employers, that your bosses were a bunch of frauds, liars, and con artists and grifters. You know what I mean? So let me pull up what happened to that treatment center. So Twin Cities Health Services, right, in Minneapolis files Chapter 11. According to its website, the Twin Cities Health Services provides mental health, substance use and disorder treatments to adults at, this was the address right here, 3255 Hennepin Avenue. The center filed for bankruptcy late April with about $3.2 million in debt and a little over $230,000 in assets. This was posted on the 8th of May 2024. Okay, cool. So that was my first experience with my brother when I became an adult, right? And I'm gonna show you which brother. This brother right here, right? Okay, cool. We had no relationship. We had no time, right? I didn't even reach out to him after that because I knew Twin Cities Health Services was employing my brother. He was working there on their payroll. Now I wonder if he had a CPRS license, right, from Kairos, right? And Abdurazak Summit was one of my teachers there when I was doing my 1 week online program to become a CPRS. When I was going to Access Healing Center in their care, right? I took a 1 week CPRS course with Kairos. Abdurazak Muhammad, I believe, was one of my teachers there, right? So I passed the class, right? Met some really amazing people. I remember this one name of this classmate. Her name was Rachel. That's the one name I remember. And she was bright, intelligent, and she had the soul for this kind of work. So Rachel, if you hear this message someplace, somewhere, just know, let's go grab some coffee one day. Let's talk about the success you made, right? So I'm gonna speak Somali, yeah. So walaalkay waa aragtaan Samaan company uu ka shaqayn jiray uu sharcigiis ka soo qaatay CPRS, right? waa certified oo wax kasta siis, yeah. haddana aabahayga waa furta, okay. haddana aniga waxaa uma leenahay inuu aabahayga joogo. banaankaa fiidhiya gaarigiisa ma arko, Camry wataa, right? ma arko. haddana waxaa dheh saasaa madaxa xoqe. haddana gurigaa usoo laabtay. haddana qolka hooyadeeda waa galay. every day waa gali jira, hooy maxaa saataa waa soo dunkadaa, haddana cuntadeeda soo cuna, haddana waa yaaca. markaa gurigaa soo galay ninoo hooyadeeda kor saarna arag. saasaa u fiiriyay. ani ma ogeen, waxaana 4 sanaad jiraa iskuulka ka soo baxay, ma ogo. haddana waa fiiriyay isaga, hadda maxaa qolkaan like maskaxdii waxa ku jira, maxaa qolkaan mugdiyo. haddana waxaa rabaa inaan nalka dhaalo, haddana way dheh no caadi ana ha maxamed oo caadi ana ha. haddana hooyadeeda uu ku degtay somaa. haddana wax kastaa saas u fiiriyay. Wallahi, I don't know. It was painful experience. I still laugh about it to this day. albaabkaan xirtee weligaag ma dareemte wiil yaroo 4 sano jira oo waxaas arko. haddana waxuu maleynayaa okay aabahayga gaarigiisa ma joogo meesha. haddana Afrika hooy ka soo laabtay, hal bil ay maqnaan. haddana markay soo laabtay nin kalaaba arkaa oo hooyadeeda saaran oo rabo inuu aabe ii dhaho. war aabahaaga la waa saaxib, ma hooyadeeda la joogtaa? isla markii uu yaacay, isla markii guriga ku baxe, madaxuu cuncune faysla 50k uu baxe. walaalkaygana cali wuxuu dhahay maxaa waxaas u dhahaysaa, right? walaalkayga cali wuxuu dhahay maxaa waxaas u dhahaysaa. warniyow nidee anoo yari, right? maalin kastuu idilaa markaa yaraa. warniyow idee saaxib 6 sana ayga weynta warbax. haddana walaasheeda ii imaato, maxamed oo kaal qolkayga kaala kula hadlay oo kaala lacagta waan ku siiyaa. maanta waxaa aadino safariya aadinaa maanta. ma safariga sanadkaan la xiray maxaa geenaysaa? allah cunto macaana safari. والله قاعد I'll take measures cunto macaan ay haysan jiray. Safari restaurant, I used to go there as a child. They had the best food hands down. But damn, that shit aged well. That shit aged well. Face of 50k. Yeah. Out of there now, abega noqday. Wallahi, bribing with food, yeah, bribing me. Well, Yasmin East I ufuro Yasmin East, wallahi waa naxisiin. haddaa albaabkaas u furo waxaan arkay markaa yare ma fahamta. wallahi waa biyaabisi. wallahi Yasmin aqliga ku jiro waxay dhahaysaa allah wiilkaan CPS already u imaaday, right? There was CPS at our house every day in Brooklyn Center. So Yasmin's like, you know what? I can't be like Ali, right? I can't be like her brother, She's like, no, I can't be like him. I can't be the good cop, bad cop, So you know what I'm gonna do? Oh, dee sharcigaasuu wataa. But Maxamedna ma ogo inuu sharcigaas dahba. Yeah. Yasmin waxay dhahday haa dar soo xiro guri fiican dar fiican lagu soo gadaa shaati cad ay siiseen all white G Faisal say soo gato K Swiss no man has K Swiss or all white K Swiss with the little gold thing on the side. Yeah. Yo, add Bambi fast. Bambi out why? Bambi may so good. Yeah, Yasmin was good to me. I'm not gonna lie about that. When I was a kid, she was good to me. But she took the role of my mother. My mother was nowhere to be found. She was just... But I'm gonna tell you one thing, right? With Yasmin, even though she was talking to different men, right? Even though Yasmin, you know, nimeeshakaasista waa iska gabar waayo iska yar oo tukaanka hooyadeeda maanta oo dhan fadhido miifad waxay rabtaa inay isla qosato cabaar somaa so Yasmin waa bala dulmiyaa gabar yaroo asaageeda laga reebay inay jimicsi bilaawdo okay ya waxay dhahdaa allah asaageyga laga reebto hooyo haddana meeshay fadhidaa darkay iiminaysaa wax kasta iiminaysaa caqli adduun my older sister wanted to become a lawyer but hadda Yasmin East ay noqotay she wanted to become a lawyer but yaa lawyer kale ka reebay that was her destiny she wanted to become a lawyer very intelligent all A student. Me and my sister Yasmin East, wallahi, even though I don't like her, we think alike. But she always says it. She always says, wa kashalaya, marka yara, mahaba lawyer unoqon way, saasa wala shir dhahdo. Said Yasmin, maxaa noqon way? Waxay dhahday, ma adin noqotid. Ma waxa adii iska daysid arataa inaan ay noqdo hore oo soco Yasmin hore oo soco ya ninkaas geesina guurso ya ayaal ha ka dhalo ya wiilshaas iyo gabdhahaas waaba wadnahayga waaba isaaq waa samaha haye hore oo soco gumaysiga iga haysantada hadda waa laga jaray gumaysiga ii keenta marka yaraa hadda firi geesiya guursade عيال أو قرح بدن وما شاء الله أي ودشته سماها مركع عيال كاس قرآن ما مقع خوي ذود أي قادان أما ما مقع أبوه ذي قادان ساسا ما مليون أصحاب تودن ساسا لو ترترايا هذا المركع قولي يقلد شوقه مركع يراه اوكي بورسي وادكت مرايدا في واحد ده قول ما ايدي ذي الصوبان افريقيا كسو لابنسا he's not a saق ودبل موسمية والله ويلكا عن ديلي ربي ماشان وهويدي كوفيد مدحي سارة وابا دبل موسى eedadeeda hotelkiisu hadda fariyaa midoo dabal muuse gurigoobi inoo imaada maalin marka 7 habeen oo marka 9 habeen oo marka Mombasa ka imaaday maalintaasna hooyadeed waxay ii geysay eedadeeda hotelka marka eedada hotelka rabo inaan dego isla markii wiilka oo double muusaan arkay waxaad gaariga hooyadeed oo sayrkeeda uu rabe inuu salaamo haddana inuu madaxa ka salaaxo rabe gaariga waaba ka baxa